Welcome back to the Living in Melbourne, Florida channel. This is a channel that we talk about everything about the Space Coast, about the Melbourne, Florida area, and about the state of Florida when it comes to real estate. And today we're going to talk about the new home market here in Viera, Florida, specifically FARALLON Fields, which is a new construction market here in Viera South, built by Viera Builders. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about FARALLON Fields, the site map, the different home series, the floor plans, the prices, the HOA fees, everything. And then I'm also going to show you what a lot lottery looks like and what it's all about. In fact, I'm going to show you what a lot lottery looks like. And yes, there's enough lot demand and home demand here in Viera, Florida that they're still doing lot lotteries. And in fact, one of my clients just 2 weeks ago was in one of those lotteries and actually won the lot of their choice. I'm going to show you how it works. But make sure you wait to the end of this video because I'm going to show you my 10 services that I provide all new home construction buyers, and why you need an agent like myself to represent you when you go to any new home construction here in the state of Florida. If you're looking to buy a new home here in Florida, you're going to want to hear all of the services that I provide. There's no other video out there that covers FARALLON Fields like this one does and the new home construction process, and we're going to get after it right now. Okay, so I'm out here now in FARALLON Fields. I'm going to show you the different series when I can. But first of all, FARALLON Fields is located in Viera, and Viera is located about an hour's drive southeast of Orlando. And again, Viera is a top 10 master plan community here in the nation, a very popular area, a very new area, and that's why it is so popular. So let's talk about FARALLON Fields. FARALLON Fields will have approximately 586 lots. There are 7 different home series. There are 4 different home series that are going to be outside the gate. There'll be 3 different home series that will be inside a gated area. So the different series in FARALLON Fields consists of, and they're basically known for their widths of their lots. They also have names, and I'll explain those as well. But outside of the gate, the width size lots are going to be 45 foot wide lots, 55 foot wide lots, 60 and 65 foot wide lots. Inside of the gate, a gated section, which is kind of a new thing here for Viera Builders when it comes to neighborhoods. They do have some other neighborhoods that are gated, but Pangaea Park was not gated at all. And FARALLON Fields is very similar to Pangaea Park. In fact, it has some of the same floor plans with just a few minor tweaks. But inside the gate, the lot sizes or the lot widths will be 60, 65, and 75 feet. Now we're here in mid-summer 2025. They opened up sales of lots here in FARALLON Fields in late 2024, and they've got about 3 dozen lots under contract. They've actually just got a few closings here in the last week where the homes are completed and people are starting to move in. And the architecture here for FARALLON Fields is what they call a mid-century modern architecture. Again, they're going to be fairly similar to what you've seen, or I'm going to show you in Pangaea Park, with a few minor tweaks. The floor plans, some of the floor plans are, again, some of the same floor plans with a few minor tweaks, and they're all renamed so that you don't get confused due to the same floor plans with the tweaks. But the smallest series is the 45 foot wide lot series. That's known as the Calvin series. There's 5 different floor plans. Actually, there's 3 different floor plans, but 2 of them just have second stories. So they're known as the Charlotte floor plan, the Chase floor plan, and the Claire floor plan. Now the Charlotte and the Chase also have a second story option, and we're going to take a look at what those look like right now. So this actually is an exterior of a Chase floor plan, a 1-story floor plan. And as you can see, it's still available. And we'll go over the sizes of these different homes here. Right next to it is one that is basically completed, and this is the Charlotte floor plan. The Charlotte floor plan, the first floor, the 1-story Charlotte floor plan, is their smallest, about 1,700 square feet. And then next door to that one here on the 45 foot wide lots, so this is a Claire, a 2-story Claire. Now when it comes to the Calvin series here with the 5 different floor plans, they range in square footages from 1,700 square feet up to 2,400 square feet. And base prices of these homes range from $490,000 through about $580,000. Now, again, in addition to the base prices of the homes, you're going to have lot premiums. The lot premiums can range anywhere from 0 up to about $70,000 or $80,000. And you can also expect to have some custom upgrades when you go in and do your designer selections for your different floor coverings and cabinets and countertops. Most people are going to spend about 10 to 15% additionally when it comes to your designer options. So this one here is one of the homes that's sold. It's a chase model. It is in the 45-foot wide lot collection. Now, each of the floor plans offer 3 different front elevations so that all the homes don't look the same. So there's another chase across the street here that's very different from this look here. So the chase base is at about $515,000. You have to add a lot premium, which generally can be about $10,000 to $20,000 or so. And then again, your designer upgrades, which is generally about 10 to 15% of the home here. So I just wanted to show you what one of the little different elevations of the chase looks like. Okay, so now I'm in front of the 60-foot wide lots here, known as the Randon collection. This is a section that is behind gates, so this will be a gated part of the community. They've got 5 that are under construction right now. They're all 2 stories. Now in the Randon collection, they do have 5 different floor plans. 2 are 1 story, 3 are 2 story, and the base prices of these homes start at about $735,000 and they go up to about $870,000. So the square footages rank from about 2,700 square feet up to almost 4,000 square feet. What they look like here, they've currently have 5 under construction. I believe 1 is sold. They actually have another one that is sold in a different part of the street here. So again, once you get to the 60-foot wide lots, the homes get bigger. All of the floor plans in the Randon collection here have 3-car garages. So again, my name is David Jelinek. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Melbourne, Florida area, which is also known as the Space Coast. I do videos that are all about the Melbourne, Florida area, what it's like to live here, what it's like to work here, what it's like to play here, the food, the beaches, the entertainment, the real estate, and much, much more. I've lived in this area for over 40 years. I've been a realtor now for 38 years, so I know this area very, very well. If you're looking for an experienced agent to help you with your purchase here or your move here to the Melbourne, Florida area, you got to reach out to me. You got to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and I'll be happy to reach out to you and get connected with you so I can help make your move here to the Melbourne, Florida area a very fun one and a very easy one. So now I'm on the side of the lot where my client just won a lot lottery, lot number 6 here in a cul-de-sac. So this is in the 55-foot wide lot selection and collection. And the lot premium here was a little bit higher because being on a cul-de-sac on the water, very high demand, very popular type of lots, and they paid about $70,000 in lot premium. But again, this is the 55-foot wide lot collection. There are no homes started in this section yet. But I will go through the Pangea Park series so you can see what the 55-foot wide lots look like. Some of the same plans that were built in Pangea are being built here. Okay, so I'm out here in the 55-foot wide lots. There's no homes started out here yet. Again, one of my clients did win a lot lottery and will be building out here starting shortly. But the 55-foot wide lot collection, there are 6 different floor plans in the what they call the Halo collection, the 55-foot wide lots. Sizes of the homes here are going to range between 2,170 square feet and almost 3,900 square feet. Base prices start at $550 and go up to about $680. And again, the floor plans are the Henry, the Hayes, the Harley, the Hayes 2, the Haley, the Harley, and the Holland. So there's 6 different floor plans. Again, there's a couple that are 1 stories and a couple that are 2 stories. And these homes are very popular. The 55-foot wide lots tend to be kind of the sweet spot where a lot of people want to be when it comes to the lot size, when it comes to the home size as well. So I'm here now in the 65-foot wide lot section of FARALLON Fields in the non-gated section. This section is known as the Asher Collection. There's 7 different floor plans here in the Asher Collection. So square footages range here from about 2,570 square feet up to over 3,600 square feet. And base prices on these homes range from about $637,000 up to $780,000. Again, those are base prices only. And the nice thing, the great thing about the Asher series here is all of these 7 floor plans have 3-car garages. Now again, the 65-foot wide lot section in Pangea Park was very, very popular. I'm going to drive through there to show you what that section looks like. And again, these plans pretty much came from Pangea Park. They've been tweaked, so they do have a little bit of a different look from the architecture. The mid-century modern architecture is a little bit different, but the floor plans inside are pretty much the same. Now again, it's very important if you're looking for new home construction to have a real estate agent that's experienced, that's going to help you with the new construction process. Again, I have my 10 services that I provide all of my clients for new construction purposes. I've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new homes here in my 38 real estate career, and I can help you too, but I can't help you unless you reach out to me. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and I'll be happy to reach out to you, provide you the knowledge and information you need, and help make your move and your purchase here to the Melbourne, Florida area a very fun one and a very easy one. Okay, as promised, I'm going to share with you my 10 high-quality services that I provide all of my new home construction clients. And again, it's very important, in my opinion, that you have an agent that's there to represent you in any transaction here in Florida. Have an agent that's very experienced in the process. You're not going to pay any more for the property. If you have an agent, you're not going to buy it for anything less if you don't have an agent. So it's very important to have an agent that's experienced in the process, that can walk you through, answer any questions. Again, the builders representatives here are very, very nice. They're very knowledgeable, but ultimately they represent the builder. So here are my 10 services that I provide all of my new home construction clients. Okay, so number 1 on my list is that I will sit down and have a thorough analysis with you when it comes to the communities and the builders that you're considering. So many times I have a client that comes down and they say they're looking in a certain price range, they're looking in the Melbourne area, what do you have? I will tell them the pros and cons of each builder, of each location. We'll talk about each community. There may be some higher fees for some, lower fees for others. So that's the basic first step that I provide all of my clients. I will go over each community and each builder so that you have an understanding of the pros and cons of each. Okay, so number 2 on my list of services provided to new home construction clients is the lot selection and inventory of what's out there. So if you decide on a builder, if you decide on a community, now you've got to decide on a floor plan, you've got to decide on a lot. Okay, so the floor plan a lot of times is just a buyer's choice as to what's going to fit them and what's going to be important to them. But you have to consider a lot. So a lot of times a lot selection and the orientation of a lot is something that a lot of my clients, don't have an understanding or don't think about sometimes. For example, if you want to be able to get up in the morning and sit on your porch and drink some coffee over the lake, that's great. If you want to enjoy your patio in the evening, then you have to consider whether or not you want a west backing backyard, because in Florida here in the west, where the sun sets, you're going to have some hot sun facing you if that's when you want to enjoy your porch. So we sit down and again discuss the lots, the floor plans, that strategy, what's important to you. Some people want that afternoon sun. They want that afternoon sun on their pool on the west side. So again, but it's something that you have to consider. Okay, so number 3 on my list is designer upgrade. So once somebody selects their floor plan, is under contract, talks about their structural options. Now they go into the design section, the design center. They generally have about 30 days to get that done. And some people can do this easily. Some people want guidance as to what is important, what's important in a resale. So primarily, I tell my clients, you'll get what you want. What's important to you. Don't buy it or do something necessarily because of a resale. But there's sometimes I've got clients that know they're going to sell in 2 to 3 years. They want to ask me, okay, well, what is sellable in the future? What is popular? I don't want to buy something that's not popular that I can't sell my house for a good profit. So we will also offer to sit down with my buyer client and talk about the ROI of designer option selections in the design center. And again, I've had people over the years build and put some very funky things inside their home, some very unusual features that didn't translate so well on a resale purpose. So that is something that we provide to give you a little guidance and to what we think would be best as an ROI on resale. Okay, so number 4 on my list is contract and incentive review. So before you sign that contract, the builder's contracts are fairly complicated contracts and they're fairly long. I can't say that they're tricky, but there are certain aspects of it that you as a buyer need to understand, especially when it comes to deposits. And if there's any problems, what you need to do to get out of the contract, stipulations along those ends, timelines. So there's some very important things. Of course, with any contract that you have, especially with a big purchase like a home, you need to understand. And for somebody who hasn't been through that process before, it can be very daunting and confusing. So I've had several of my clients that just, I need you to help me with this because I don't know if there's hidden things written in these contracts or not. So again, the contract and incentive review that the builder might be offering to you is a very important feature of what we provide our new home clients. Okay, so number 5 on my list is lender incentive comparison. So if you're paying cash, no problem. If you're getting a loan or getting financing, most of the builders have connections with lenders. Well, they'll provide incentives such as flex cash, lower interest rates. So most builders work with lenders and provide these type of incentives. Most of the time, those incentives are going to be worth going for, in my experience. And again, I've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new homes. Most of the time, the lender affiliated with the builder is the best option to go, but not all the time. We've had a few times where they were able actually to get special financing through their lender or a lender that they've frequented over the years quite a bit. So again, it's just another aspect that you need to shop and compare to make sure you get your best deal. Okay, so number 6 on my services provided to all new home clients is timeline and milestone tracking. So the builder, once you sign the contract, they will pretty much set you up with a timeline as to what you need to do and when you need to do it by. But there's a couple things that can be a little tricky in this regard, such as when you sign a contract, most of the builders want you to make your designer option selections within 30 to 45 days. Now, what I would advise all of my clients is that on some builders, they don't allow the same color paint and the same color elevation or the same elevation next to each other. And that is a first come, first served basis. So if a few lots are sold right at the same time, depending on who gets their color selections in first, who gets their elevations in first, will determine who gets first bid on those. So even though you might have 30 to 45 days to select certain things, again, it's a first come, first served basis for some builders when it comes to who gets what. Okay, so number 7 on my list is on-site construction visits. So I will say that you are not allowed to go on site to construction sites unless you're accompanied by a builder. So if you want to do so, we need to get an appointment with one of the builder reps or the construction manager. But there's times when I suggest, or if you want that to happen, we can schedule that to happen. And we generally suggest you do that in certain stages. And of course, if you're living locally, that's not hard to do because you probably want to go buy the house every day. But I get a lot of clients that are buying homes that haven't moved to Florida yet, and I have to take on that responsibility. So we will provide updates and look-throughs of the home and even exterior pictures to show you where the process is at. We'll do that on a fairly continual basis. We can do that generally every week or two. But again, for especially those buyers that are out of town, that is another service that we provide. Okay, so number 8 on my list is a very important one, and that's walkthrough and inspection advocacy. So again, I strongly suggest that you as a home buyer do your own walkthrough so that you're here, you can see what needs to be done. And we certainly always recommend that all buyers of new homes have an independent inspection done. And usually that's done about 2 to 3 weeks before closing. You can also choose to have pre-drywall inspection. You can also choose to have another inspection at a different point in time of the construction, but certainly at least 2 or 3 weeks before completion, builders will allow us to have an independent inspection come through. And it's very important, in my opinion, to have that done on all properties. Every time there's something that was missing there. Now, not to say that the builder wouldn't have corrected it after closing, but it's better to be done before closing. So I've had a few clients, and I just had one that closed last week where my client could not get down here for the inspection. I was with the inspector myself. We looked through the home. I relayed what issues needed to be done to my out-of-state client. We had those done. Buyer happy. But again, the inspection and walkthrough advocacy is another very important issue that we provide. And now to number 9, and that's the pinnacle of it all, and that's be there at closing for you. So again, if I've got a client that's in town here for closing, that's great. We'll still be there at closing for you to answer any questions you may have, to help you with utilities, to get those turned on, all those great things. But I do have a good percentage of buyers that are closing out of town. So there's times I have to get the keys for them and hold them until they get to town, or make arrangements, or make sure everything's locked up for them. So again, just being at closing for my clients is the pinnacle of success when it comes to building a new home, and we are there for you. Okay, so now we're to number 10, and you're gonna say, well, you've closed, so what can be after closing? And that's, we are always there for you. I'm always there for my clients. Just because I sell you a new home doesn't mean I go away. I'm always gonna be there for you in the future. And so number 10 is just, I'm always gonna be there to help you with future analysis of your home, what the values are, if you have issues, if there's warranty issues with the builder and it's not getting done, I will get my 2 cents in with my knowledge of the representatives here, and get my throw my weight around a little bit and make sure those things get done. That doesn't happen very often. It's happened a few times over 30-some years I've been selling real estate, but again, I'm there to help you. If something is not getting repaired, or there's an issue, or you need some advice on something, I will always be there for you in the future. So if you're interested in any of the builder packages that I've mentioned here in this video, or any other areas that are mentioned in some of my other videos, all you have to do is reach out to me. I'll provide you a complete builder's package for you so you can see what's out there, what the current prices are. Again, if you want agent representation, you need to reach out to your agent first before you go into the builder and register with the builder, because once you register with the builder, most of the time they're not going to allow you to have agent representation. So again, it's not going to cost you any more to have agent representation. You're not going to buy the home for any less if you don't have it. But if you want it, you need to register your agent first. We're very experienced at doing that. We hope you'll reach out to us, because we'll give you full representation. And again, we'll apply our 10 services that we provide all new home construction clients. But you got to reach out to us for that to happen. So this is what a lot lottery looks like. This is at Viera Builders. They typically do them on a Saturday morning, and my clients got their name in the barrel there. There happens to be 5 lots available here in FARALLON Fields on this morning, and I think there's 6 names. So the first name drawn gets the lot of their choice. That wasn't my client. They chose a lot that they wanted out of those 5 in FARALLON Fields. And then at this point, they'll keep on drawing names until all the names have been picked or all of the lots have been selected. So here's where the second name gets drawn, and this is actually where my client's name does get drawn. And as soon as the name gets drawn, which is my client, then my representative puts us in for the lot of their choice. So that's simply how it works. It's by total chance, but that's how the lot lottery works.